Hi guys, this is another audio commentary for Empire Total War Online, and this is a 1 versus 1 battle with medium funds in the early period, and I'm playing as Sweden against my opponent who's playing as Prussia, acbowsher. Anyway, I've got 6 units of line infantry, upgraded with 2 chevrons, and behind them is my light cavalry, acbowsher, and on my right is my 2 units of dragoons and my general's bodyguard. If you see my previous video, you'll see that my army is quite similar. Anyway, my opponent has 7 units of line infantry, 2 units of howitzers, and some light cavalry and general's bodyguard. He has an excellent position here with a hill for his artillery and a wall for his infantry. So, I know that he's not going to move his guys, so I have to move up my guys. With my cavalry on my right flank to protect my infantry, I move up my infantry to the wall there. Those are some pretty good howitzer shots. They don't do a lot of damage though. Like, if you look at the animation, it seems like they're taking out dozens of guys, but only like 2 guys die. Anyway, so I'm waiting for my right flank to catch up. So now, they're all moving, so the battle has begun, while my cavalry is still trying to climb over those fences. I'm hoping to move my dragoons onto his right flank and provide some flanking fire, while my infantry is serves as a base of fire. Alright, now while this is happening, he moves his infantry to cover his left flank, extending his line, and also masses his cavalry on my right flank. I wait for him to go over that fence, so he's separated from his army now. So while that's happening, my infantry has also engaged. We're mainly fighting over that hill right now. That's where most of our guys are now. Anyway, I've dismounted my dragoons, and they're now going to try to fire at the enemy cavalry and also some of the enemy infantry as well. On my left flank is 1 unit of line infantry against his 4 units of line infantry. So these guys are going to get slaughtered, but oh well. Anyway, on the right, my dragoons are now firing into the enemy cavalry, and he's trying to retreat his horses. That's his general's bodyguard moving away there. But he's not really successful because I've got too many horses and that's slowing him down, and so his general dies, and as a result most of his cavalry begins to rout. On my left flank, my unit is still holding out, doing their job as line infantry to serve as a meat shield. They're heavily outnumbered and outgunned, and also these guys have the wall to protect them. But I don't really need them to kill, I just need them to hold my flank. But they're dropping pretty fast. They're about half the units dead now, basically. On my right flank, I'm moving my infantry to surround his main body. So now it's becoming a race. Who can kill the enemy's left, well, the enemy's right flank first. So my dragoons are providing some flanking fire there. So while his left flank is routing, my left flank is also getting destroyed. With my dragoons acting as line infantry, I've got similar numbers. Anyway, he started a bayonet charge against my line infantry, and so I equipped bayonets as well. And then I countercharge. And he moves in the rest of his infantry, so now it's become a massive infantry brawl. My guys immediately rout because they lost so many guys in the fight. You can see the Prussian guys look quite similar to the Swedish guys. They just have slightly darker uniforms. It's a bit like the Oxford and Cambridge race. It's just the same blue but slightly darker. Anyway, I've moved in my cavalry as well, so now it's just become a massive melee fight. I probably should have saved some of our infantry to fire in from the flanks, but I don't, and that means a lot of my guys die unnecessarily. It's quite difficult to see who's who. They have really similar clothes. I tried to repeatedly charge in again and again, but that doesn't really succeed because my horses they get trapped by the infantry, so they can't get back out. Anyway, his guys begin to rout because they're surrounded, and their units are severely depleted now. I'm charging some guys onto its flanks and the rear to help out. But these guys aren't very good. These Hackapilitas, their speciality is charging. So unless you can give them a good charge, they can't do very much. So these horses can't do very much right now. Some riderless horses though. Yep, now I've got them surrounded now, with some Hackapilitas on the rear as well. So they should rout pretty fast. Alright, so now there's just one unit left. Anyway, good game to acbowsher, who played as Prussia. This was a fairly short game for me. Usually they last maybe 15 minutes. Anyway, I lost 371 and killed 511. And he killed 274 and lost 364. So I had quite a lot of friendly fire. Anyway, good game.